Hanging on the hallway wall is one of my portable murals or banners that I painted on site. This was painted at a labor culture conference in Redlands, California, over the course of a couple days. And it kind of shows how I do these things. This is pre-computer, and you can see a little thumbnail sketch that I do and basically work off of that. This is airbrushed. I use airbrush because it's very fast, especially when you're working on rough surfaces. But in general, it's much faster than using brushes, although it's not as clean as using brushes. I work in a kind of an opposite way than most graffiti artists. A lot of spray can artists, wild style lettering, the artists will do black or dark outlines and then paint into it with their colors. I kind of do it the opposite. I do all the spraying and then clean it up with outlines afterwards, mostly because I'd done so much pinstriping and work with a brush that it was very fast for me. Artists and workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but bad taste. It was kind of a takeoff on something that one of the Nicaraguan revolutionaries had said to me that they had, or I read somewhere, that they had to make a revolution because of the culture that was being imposed from Miami. It was such bad culture, they needed to make a revolution. And it basically, to me, expressed this idea that we're forced to consume kitsch, we're forced to consume this dreadful corporate culture, even in places where there was such a rich indigenous culture that existed. In here I have the golden calf, the idol with money being spread, and obviously the dollar symbol. And gathered around are the writer, the college professor, the priest, the talking head on TV, the radio broadcaster, the so-called fine artist, the filmmaker, and, of course, the cop. All of them, in one way or another, serving the ruling class. Of course, professors and writers and artists are forced to do so in their work. Basically, our institutions, all of them, are designed to reinforce capitalism, which is a far different thing than what a cop does, and which is why it's separated out there. You can see that this is a bit of a dated image in that I have a film camera, not a digital camera. I have a boombox for the radio, and I have a TV with rabbit ears. Much has changed since this was painted.